I am Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army, and today I'm surrounded by 20 world government supporters. My first claim is this: what you call the world government isn't a government at all. It's a predatory ring built to exploit the weak and enrich itself.
Look, say what you want about the world government, but they're not the ones raiding our islands. They're not the ones stealing food, burning homes, and terrorizing families. That's pirates. Always pirates.
The world government does all of that. They just dress it up prettier. They call theft heavenly tribute. They call oppression order. They call massacre necessary sacrifice.
Doesn't change the fact that you pirates are the reason the world government exists in the first place.
We're not pirates. We're revolutionaries. Our goal is to make the world better.
Come on. Nobody buys that. You're glorified pirates who found a fancy way to recruit people. Just admit it.
Call us whatever you want. What matters is that everyone who joins us does it for one reason: to make life better for the people of this planet, even if it costs them everything.
Right. Except I know who joins your army. The thugs, the dropouts, the criminals who suddenly discover a political consciousness. You're collecting every delinquent on every island and shipping them off to your camps. Honestly, that's the one way you actually help us. You empty the streets of troublemakers.
Those troublemakers are people the government broke long before we found them. People born into a game they were never allowed to win. We give them a way to fight back, and a reason to believe the world doesn't have to stay this way. We give them hope.
False
something
hope.
the world government never gave them.
You toss them into battles where they end up dead or imprisoned, while destabilizing countries in the process.
Those countries were never stable. They were designed to collapse on anyone outside the ruling class. We didn't destabilize them. We exposed what was already broken. And yeah, we've lost many people trying to do that. But we won't stop until real justice and freedom exist.
Here's what you don't get, Dragon. Normal people like me, we're not chasing your grand ideals about freedom and justice. We just want to live quietly, raise our kids in peace, maybe save enough to retire someday. And like it or not, the world government provides that stability. They do it at a very expensive price, sure, but it works.
That's exactly what they want you to think. That this is as good as it gets. That you should be grateful for the scraps they allow you. But you deserve better than just surviving. You deserve to actually live.
Easy to say when you've got superpowers and an army of fanatics willing to die for you.
And it's easy to
living our
accept
life.
injustice when you're comfortable enough to ignore it. But understand this: the world government's weight is being held up by people at the very bottom. The more they resist, the more that weight shifts upward. If you wait until you're the one being crushed, it'll be too late to do anything about it.
Or maybe the whole system collapses and we all starve in the chaos you created. Ever think about that?
Every day. But I've also seen what happens when people do nothing, and that's worse. At least when you fight, there's a chance things get better. When you accept this, you guarantee they never will.
Do you remember me, Dragon?
Should I? I've dealt with plenty of Marines over the years.
I wasn't always a Marine. I was one of yours. I believed in your revolution with everything I had. Never thought I'd end up sitting across from you wearing this uniform.
Being deceived by the world government is one thing. Plenty of people fall for their lies. But knowing the truth and still abandoning the cause, that makes you the worst kind of traitor.
I didn't abandon the revolution. The revolution abandoned me. I was captured, imprisoned for 3 years, tortured, and you did nothing.
Do you expect me to keep track of every member personally? I'm a busy guy. We monitor captures, we wait for an opening, and we move when there's a real chance. You weren't ignored. There just wasn't a moment where getting you out wouldn't cost us 10 more.
I rotted in a cell for 3 years. Nobody came. Nobody even contacted me. I wasn't asking for a dramatic rescue. I just wanted someone to acknowledge I existed. Maybe help my family who were starving without me.
We try to support families when we can, but our resources are stretched thin. We're fighting a war against the entire world.
Don't pretend this is about resources. You have a policy. Don't engage in anything that might slightly disrupt the mission. I've heard you say it yourself. We're all expendable to
If you join this revolution, you need to be prepared to sacrifice everything. That's what real change costs. You can't liberate the world by playing it safe.
Then maybe learn something from your son. He has a massive mission too, and he still never hesitates to protect his
My
allies.
son is reckless, and you're using him to justify your cowardice. So tell me, you left us because we're horrible people, and you joined the Marines. Seriously.
I left because your organization is incompetent. It's been decades, Dragon. Decades! And what have you actually accomplished? A few toppled kingdoms? Some scattered victories? You've barely moved the needle.
So, because real change takes time, you joined the institution actively working to prevent it. That's
The Marines
your logic.
aren't the world government.
They're the teeth that keep everyone obedient. They're the sword the celestial dragons use to cut down anyone who resists. Don't
The
pretend
Marines are
there's a
changing.
difference.
They're becoming more independent every year. They're far from perfect, but I help real people every single day, more than I ever did with you. And yes, I'll be honest, they also provide security for me and my family, something your revolution never
So
could.
that's what this is really about. You got beaten once and decided it was easier to join the system than fight it. Typical.
No! I genuinely believe the Marines are our best shot at reforming the world government from within. We just need to steer them in the right direction.
I've tried that. I know more about the Marine structure than you ever will. I know how deep the rot goes. That institution is designed to crush reformers. You're deluding
The
yourself.
new generation is different. Younger Marines understand the problems. They see the corruption. Special divisions are forming with progressive ideas. Sword, for example. I want to join them and actually do something instead of hiding and waiting for some imaginary right moment that never
Then
comes.
prepare yourself to go down with the system.
Maybe. Or maybe people like me will have already changed the Marines from within by then. And you'll realize you wasted decades preparing for a war that didn't need to happen.
Here is my second claim. The world government is broken beyond repair. You can't fix it. You tear it down and build something new, or you let the rot spread forever.
You've clearly decided we're all monsters. But tell me, have you ever actually spoken to one of us? Even once? Or do you prefer fighting ideas instead of
I don't
people?
need to talk to you. Your actions speak louder than any words, and I've seen the fate of everyone who tried diplomacy with your kind.
For someone who preaches justice and equality all the time, it's pretty discriminatory to paint all of us as evil.
What are you trying to say? That you're one of the good ones?
I've never owned a slave. Never ordered anyone killed. I don't abuse my position. I try to live with some basic human decency.
Decency. You benefit from every crime the world government commits. Living at the top of that machine makes you part of it, whether you pull the trigger yourself or not.
So what then? You think I should leave Marie-Joie and go live down there with everybody else? Are you seriously saying that? You know what happens to people like me who try that. We never get accepted. We get butchered by the population for things we didn't even do. And we get hunted down by our own people for abandoning our status. It's suicide for us.
What happened to those few cases is bad, yes, but it doesn't compare to what your kind has done to the rest of the world.
But it's not me doing it. And I said I don't even agree with most of those things.
Then why are you here? Sitting on the pro-world government panel?
Because you're not talking about reforming the system. You're talking about burning Marie-Joie to the ground. And do you know what that means for people like me? For the normal people living in Marie-Joie?
There is no such thing as normal people in Marie-Joie. Everyone who lives there is a privileged, insulated asshole. And saying, I'm aware of that, and I don't like it, doesn't make you any less of one.
No, that's just wrong. There are plenty of people there who, yes, are socially privileged, but they have zero political power. They're just trying to raise their families like everyone else you claim to fight for. There are kids living in Marie-Joie, and you're ready to destroy their entire lives just because they were born in the wrong place.
Children die every single day because of what your government does to the world. Those kids have had food, safety, education, luxuries most children will never see. If they have to face consequences for the system they benefit from, they'll survive like everyone else has to.
Survive where? The Revolutionary Army has spent years making sure every nation on Earth despises us. You want to destroy the only place that would ever accept people like me, while ensuring nowhere else will either. You've trapped us, and now you condemn us for being trapped.
We didn't create your reputation. Your ancestors did that when they declared themselves gods and built their throne on corpses.
I'm not my ancestors. I didn't choose this.
Neither did the people on O'Hara. They didn't choose their fate either, but your government decided it for them anyway.
So your answer is to become exactly what you're fighting against. To punish people for circumstances beyond their control.
Your bloodline has been judging everyone else for 800 years. If you finally have to experience what that feels like, good. Maybe you'll understand why this system has to end.
So there's no place for us in your new world. No matter what we do, we're guilty.
You're asking for sympathy while standing on top of the world. The new era doesn't have room for people who want to keep their crowns while pretending they never wanted them. Either you fight for real change, or you go down with the system. Those are your options. My final claim is that there is no unbiased position. If you're not pushing against the world government, you're holding it up. You've already chosen your side.
Should I understand from that I'm your enemy?
What are you doing here? You're pro-world government now?
I don't know about that, but I'm definitely anti-whatever the fuck you're doing.
Just stay out of my way.
I can't do that when you're out here demonizing the Marines! An organization I swore to give my life to!
No one knows how corrupt and complicit the Marines are more than you do, working inside them.
For every bad Marine defending the establishment, there are thousands who are just trying to provide for their families and protect people from pirates!
Like I said before, the only reason pirates exist is because the world government made life hell and restricted freedom. If those thousands of Marines turned around and helped us bring down the celestial dragons, there'd be no pirates for them to defend their countries from.
I hate celestial dragons too, but you've got it backwards. The pirate surge happening all over the world is exactly what the world government uses to keep its chains on people, to scare them into supporting it. The fewer pirates there are, the fewer arguments the government has to control kingdoms.
I don't particularly like pirates, but I know damn well they're necessary right now. They're the only ones actually punching back against the system. As evil as they can be, they're nowhere near as evil as the world government. The celestial dragons enslave entire populations. They erase islands from history. They treat human beings like livestock.
And the pirates are saints? They pillage! They sell people into slavery themselves! You're romanticizing criminals because some of them happen to oppose your enemy!
The thing with pirates is that for the most part they're independent, with diverse beliefs and goals. That diversity offers us the possibility of forming alliances for our upcoming war against the world government. We don't need them all, just enough to tip the scales.
Be precise. Your war will be against the Marines.
The Marines and the world government are two faces of the same oppressive coin.
That's where you're dangerously wrong. Most Marines are the people's children, farm boys, island kids who wanted to protect their homes. You think you're liberating them, but you're recruiting them to kill each other. Your revolution will pit brother against brother, and when the smoke clears, it won't be the celestial dragons bleeding in the streets. It'll be those same common people you claim to fight for. The people don't need a war, Dragon. They need the system fixed from within, not demolished from without. Because when you tear it all down, the strong will prey on the weak just like always. Except this time, there won't even be flawed Marines trying to stop them.
When will you stop hiding like a rat and actually face us like a man?
It pisses you off, doesn't it? That I'm not as reckless and loud as the pirates you're used to chasing.
What pisses me off is you destabilizing countries, plunging them into chaos while you hide and profit from the fallout. There's nothing revolutionary about you. You're just a coward waiting to be crushed by my justice sooner or later.
The real coward is the man who screams justice, but drops the whole act the moment his masters give him orders.
Justice exists to maintain stability and peace, something you're trying to destroy.
Real peace only exists after the world government is gone.
So your answer is to destroy the only institution capable of enforcing order? The world government keeps kingdoms in check. The Marines keep the seas balanced and the emperors restrained. And you want to burn all of that down because some people suffer to maintain it?
So you admit it. There are people suffering at the bottom, so the rest can be comfortable.
Yes. And you say it like that makes me cruel, but it makes me realistic. That's how this world works. That's how it's always worked.
You genuinely can't imagine a world where people aren't enslaved, hunted, or sacrificed for someone else's sense of order.
And what are you offering instead?
Change. Real political change. Unity that actually leads somewhere.
Empty slogans. You have no idea what your revolution would look like. Let me draw it for you. You destroy an 800-year-old global institution with power no one alive can comprehend. Then you topple every king in every affiliated kingdom. Then you install new regimes everywhere while somehow preventing them from fighting each other. Meanwhile, you need to keep the Marines intact so they don't fracture into warlord factions, which they will without the government. And while all that's happening, you still need to deal with the emperors, who we barely manage to contain even with everything stable. Do you understand how impossible your plan is? Do you understand how many people will die even if you accomplish
No
half
matter
of it?
how desperate you paint the world, we know exactly how hard our mission is. But do you know what's harder? Living in a world where people are born destined to be toys for the
You're
powerful.
blinded by emotion. You think the cruelty you see is the peak of horror, but it's actually preventing a much greater level of suffering and death you can't even imagine.
Do you ever try putting yourself in their shoes? Do you actually think you'd keep repeating your greater good mantra if it was happening to you?
It could not happen to me. I worked my whole life to rise above it, and look where I am now. Everyone can climb if they try.
No. The system is designed so not everyone can climb. It's built to favor the privileged and crush the disadvantaged.
No matter how biased the system is, you can rise with hard work. And no matter how privileged you are, laziness will drag you down.
You'd have to be unbelievably stupid to believe that.
We're the perfect proof of that. I was born at the bottom and fought to the top of the greatest military in the world. And you, the son of one of the greatest Marines alive, are hiding in the shadows because you just couldn't handle it.
That's a lie. I've seen people who work harder than you ever have. The harder they work, the more the system crushes them. But let's entertain your fantasy. Even if hard work did always pay off, refusing to play a rigged game isn't laziness, it's rebellion. It takes more courage to reject a broken system than to climb it. So yes, we fight no matter how many of us suffer, no matter how many die. Even if we never get to see the world we're fighting for, we'll do it so the next generations don't have to live chained under yours.